Hello, 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 Facebook and YouTube land. This is the day 8 of the Books and Birthing with myself, Jabrina Speaks, and my friends. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on right now. Begin to share as we begin the day 8 of the Books and Birthing. And tonight, I have the amazing, actually my midwife in my birthing season, Dr. Synovia.
Hey.
How are you? How are you?
Great. I've never been
Yes.
called a midwife before. I love it.
Listen. So you'll get all of that tonight. But that was one of the words that's one of the words God has given me to be a midwife and to help people birth their visions. So
Yeah.
we talked about that on Tuesday about having the correct midwife in the room when you begin to birth your book. So
Yeah.
you were my midwife, so they're getting ready to find out who you are. So if you are joining in, let us know that you are here. Write a comment in the comment section. But I am super excited to have you back again on a Thursday night at exactly 7:30 p.m. with myself, Jabrina Speaks, and my friends. And tonight I have the amazing guest, Dr. Synovia out of Atlanta, correct? You're in
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yes, I'm in
All
Atlanta.
right, in Atlanta. So chime in, get on, get your note cards ready, get your questions ready, because guess what? She is the publishing company that I went through to birth the 31 days of Read. So if you have any questions regarding birthing your book, this will be the woman on tonight. This will be the woman on tonight. Again, share. Let us know that you are watching. Let us know that you are on. But we're about to have books and birthing tips, transparency, and truth with Dr. Synovia, Dr. Synovia. So, Dr. Synovia, how was your day today? How was your day today?
Great.
That's good. That's good. So, um, you have birthed over 3,000 books.
Yeah.
Wow. 3,000?
Over 3,000 between,
Over
yeah,
3,000.
between writing, coaching, courses, publishing. Yeah. But that's over 7 years. So,
Over 7 years. So you have
yeah.
birthed over 3,000 books in over 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Dr. Zenobia, tell us, hey, Sabrina, how are you? Thank you for joining in with us. Thank you for joining in with us.
Hey,
So,
Sabrina.
tell us about your publishing company and what inspired you to become a publisher.
Okay. So, the name of my company is A to Z Books Publishing. And the reason why, okay, so I used to own a company called Atlanta Creative Consulting. I have a BBA and an MBA. And when I started working on my MBA, I met these two young ladies, Shamika and Jagaya, and we started this company back in 2004 called Atlanta Creative Consulting. So what we would do is we would help small businesses, like, start marketing, customer service, things like that. We would teach like courses, and this was long before Facebook or Instagram. So I've been doing this a long time. And we did a marketing workshop. My company, we did a marketing workshop for the city of Savannah. And what happened was at the end of the workshop, we had this lady, the lady that hosted it. She said that the workshop was so amazing
Mm-hmm.
that she wanted to know where she could find that information. And then a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna take everything from this workshop and I'm gonna turn it into a book. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I wrote my first book, which is called The A to Z of Inspirational Marketing. So I wrote my first book, then I wrote my second book, I wrote my third book. My first book, I went through a traditional publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
That was a horrible like situation. Um, because I didn't pay anything. They chose everything. They chose the color, they chose this, they chose that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just not happy with the end product. And then I
Gotcha.
published 2 years later, I published another book. So I'm a college professor as well. So I published a book called A to Z of Success, and then I published another book. And I went through another company, didn't like
Mm-hmm.
that either. And I
Okay.
was just like, you know what? I need to start a business. I'm gonna start a publishing company for people like myself who are
Mm-hmm.
not traditional writers per
Mm-hmm.
se, but we
Mm-hmm.
are people that want to build a brand, you want to, empower, you want to inspire, you want to do things like that. So I decided that I would create a company for people like myself. And that's what I did. That's how A to Z Books Publishing was born. So, you know how people, they grow up and they want to be an author their whole lives, but people like me and you, we're more, trailblazers, and we're speakers and things like that. So I wanted to create a company for people, who are more entrepreneur based and they have brands that they're building. And that's what I did. So that's why I'm here.
That's what's up. So now that you have this publishing company, can you tell us the services that you offer? And before you do that,
Okay.
come in. We have books and birthing tips, transparency, and truth with my friend, with my midwife that helped me birth the 31 days of Read, Dr. Synovia. She's based out of Atlanta and she is giving tips on tonight. So can you tell us the services that your company offers?
Okay, so we do publishing. So we have three different packages. So we have a package for people that just want us to do like the cover design, the editing, and the formatting. And then we have packages where we do everything. So we do the editing, the formatting, the packaging, the distribution. So if you wanted your book on like Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, things like that. So we do publishing, right? And then we also like create the files for people that want to take it and print it on their own. Then we also offer, so I have three packages. One that's $7.99, my silver package. Then we have my gold package, which is $9.99, and then my biggest package, which comes with everything, is $13.99. Now we also, hey Jerry, hey Sabrina, we also have book writing coaching. So with my book writing coaching, I help people to, like you say, really birth the book. So a lot of times people come to me and they want to write a book, but they don't know what that looks like. So you guys know that I do one-on-one coaching. I do master classes because you attended one of my master classes. Jerry attended one of my master classes. I do master classes throughout the year. I do boot camps. I do challenges. I do a retreat every year. So throughout the year, I have at least 5 or 6 different events for people at different price points. We had my boot camp is free. My book factory, which is 8 weeks, that's $9.97. So we have something basically for everybody. So it just depends on, what you can afford, how fast you want to write your book. Like I have something for everybody. So
Okay, so my question is,
yeah,
because I took your master
master
class.
class, yeah,
Okay, and that's the same one Jerry did as
yeah,
well.
yes.
Okay, so can you tell them a little bit about your master class?
Okay, so the master class is called How to Start Your Book Now Master Class. And what we do is we basically walk you through the steps of starting your book. So we go over your purpose for wanting to write the book. We create your outline, so remember in the class, you're going to have your outline done by the time you leave. We're going to create your writing schedule as well as create, a deadline. So when you leave my master class, you have everything that you want to write in your book, you have your writing schedule, and you have your deadline. And it's pretty much like my write a book in 48 hours and the 8-week book factory. It's like my master class is on steroids because we do it all in 2 hours, right? Like it's fast paced. But I think it was like at least 10 of y'all last year that after the master class, y'all were like done with your book. Jerry was done within 30 days. So yeah, my master class is the bomb.
So listen, if you guys, once she gives this information out at the end of this
Yeah.
interview, make sure if you're ready to really birth this baby, take the master class because it's an intense class, but I promise you, you will get your
Yeah.
book done.
Yeah.
So you being a publisher, being a coach of helping people birth their books, tell the audience how focused should they be or do they need to be when birthing a book? How focused should they be?
So you need to be focused because like I said, you're going to create an outline, you're going to create a schedule. A lot of people don't believe in like creating a book writing schedule because they think that it's something they can just, sit down and do. And unless you are a very, very disciplined person, which most of us are not, because we have jobs and we have children, we have, spouses, we have parents, it's a lot going on. So you have to be focused and you have to be dedicated. So that's why I always recommend creating a writing schedule, so that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's like how you have this, this workshop, your live going on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that at 7:30 this is going to happen. So that's why it's important to schedule it. So put an alarm on your phone, so okay, it's writing time. You have to sit down and get it done. Otherwise, your book will never be, like you say, birthed. You have to, you have to dedicate your time and be focused to get it done.
So commitment is key.
Yes.
And consistency. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
So again, thank you everybody for joining in. This is the Books and Birthing with myself, Jabrina Speaks, and I have the amazing Dr. Synovia, right out of Atlanta, Georgia. She is a publisher. She has a publishing company. This is who I went through to get the 31 days of rebirth. So she was my midwife in the process of me birthing my book. So if you have any questions when it comes to how to birth a book, tonight is the night to ask Dr. Synovia.
Yes.
So I have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
What were some what were some of the challenges you faced, and one, birthing your own books that you've done, but two, I'm going to give you your new title, being a midwife and helping individuals birth their books?
So the main challenge with me is what I just said: consistency and commitment is time. Because I have the same issue that everybody else have, which is, like I say, sitting down and actually getting it done. With my authors, it's the same thing. It's really a matter of like staying on top of them. Before you know it, a month will go by, and I have people who've been writing books for 2 and 3 years, and that's because they're not committed. You know what I'm saying? So the main issue that I keep running into is people actually not, committing to it, and it's not really anything I can do other than email you, message you and say, hey, where's the book? So one of my actually 2 of my coaching packages, my Ruby and my Book Factory, because of that issue, I actually hired, and Sabrina is on. So she actually works with our accountability coach. So I hired an accountability coach for my publishing company. So people that go through the coaching program now, we actually have somebody to kind of stay on top of you to make sure you get your book done.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
That's really that you know what? That's really, really, really good to know. So you have hired somebody to add to the coaching to make sure people are not taking 2, 3 years.
Yep.
To birth this baby.
I hired Coach Lisa as my accountability coach, and Sabrina is on, and Sabrina actually, Lisa is her accountability coach. So
that's good. That's good. That's good to know. So my next question that I have for you is, do you have any tips, anything that you can share with the audience on tonight, people that will come back and watch it, people that are on live right now with us, any tips to help someone that wants to become that author, that's kind of sitting there and kind of saying, I'm ready, I just don't know what to do, who should I call, I've gotten stuck? What tips as a midwife and as a and as a book coach, what tips can you give the audience on tonight?
Tip number 1 is to contact me, because I can help you birth it. Okay. That's tip number 1. Now tip number 2, like I said, is to just get committed. You know what I'm saying? Create a book writing schedule. If you are if you started your book and you haven't been able to finish your book, start with an outline. A lot of people don't start with an outline, and that's, having an outline is basically like having a roadmap. So you know what goes where, and it takes a little bit of time to create your outline, but once you've done that, you won't have any problems writing your book. So that's like the main thing people need to do. And a lot of people, they don't want to take the time to do their outline. But if you create your outline, then it's just a matter of time of filling in the spots. And the outline is basically what you want in your book. For you, it was your 31 reads. For Jerry, it was her chapters. For Sabrina, it was her, chapters. So just create whatever it is that you want in your book. If you're going to write a book about, let's say, your life, and you want to write from, let's say, when you were 18 years old to 25, then chapter 1 needs to be 18 to 20. You have to create what's going to go where. So when you actually sit down and write your book, you know what goes where. You're not going blank, and it actually helps with like writer's block and everything. So an outline is number one.
Wow.
Thing to do.
So number 1 was contact you, and number 2 was the outline.
Yeah. Number 1 is contact me. Yes.
Again, we would like to thank everybody for joining us tonight for the Books and Birthing with myself, Jabrina Speaks, and I have the amazing Dr. Synovia on with us right out of Atlanta.
Yes.
She has a publishing company. She is a coach. She's an author as well.
Yeah.
She has birthed multiple books.
Yeah.
Up for herself, but then she is many is at least 3 of us that I know midwife in our birthing season of books. Yeah. So if you have any questions while you are listening, this is the time now to ask Dr. Synovia these questions. And then, of course, in the end, she'll come back and she'll give you her contact information. As she said, I took the master class. She is who I went through to birth the 31 days of Reese. She's an amazing person. I bugged the what out of her, especially when we got to the end.
I love that kind of passion. Like I told you that. I was like, I got you.
You did. I was like, listen, I am not going to send this thing nowhere else until you get this done. So she is a woman of her word. She made sure that you get what you need. But as she said, I guess it drives you to have somebody to be passionate about what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's always good. So make sure, of course, when she gives her information, you guys reach her, because myself, Jerry Lynn Wash, and Sabrina Burks Taylor have all went up under this amazing woman to birth our books. And I'm excited. I listen every other month. I'm like, hey, I need some more books. Hey, I need some more books.
Yes. And
hey, as a matter of fact, the order that you just sent me is just about gone. So I'll be calling you again. Like, I need some more books.
I love it.
So do you have any more tips you would like to give us before we get off on tonight? Any more tips coming from the publisher, coming from the author, coming from the coach, coming from the big sister, the little sister, the in-between sister, coming from the mastermind of books and publishing? Do you have anything else that you would like to share with us on tonight?
Just if writing a book is something that you want to do it. Like, I have authors that are 15, 16, and I have authors that are in their 60s. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody has a story to tell. And I think everybody should write a book at some point in their lives, because we all, can inspire each other and empower and motivate, And I think that if that's something that you want to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, don't let anything stop you. And even the people that's taking 2 and 3 years, actually, one of the girls who books launched today, I didn't get a chance to post it because I was busy, Atlantis. She's one of the ladies that I have been working with for about 2 years. And one of the 5 authors that I was talking about, Marquisha, it took her about 2 years to finish her book. But guess what? Their books are done. That's and good. They didn't quit, because I wasn't going to let them quit anyway. Because I'm going to be, listen, like I said, I'm going to be knocking on your door like, where's that book? Right? But you know how sometimes people be like, okay, well, I'm not going to finish it. Nah, you got to finish it. My thing is, don't quit. No matter how long it takes, put your book out there, because people want to hear your story.
Absolutely. So yes, I love that. Listen, just like she said, a midwife will not let you quit when you're giving birth. They're like, come on, push. Yeah. You got to do it. The baby's almost there. That's what she is. She is not letting you quit. She is not letting you sit down, especially once you join her class. Because let me tell y'all, it's a real quick story. So of course, when I took your class, I had majority of the book done, but I was kind of like stuck at that one moment. Mm-hmm. And I when we had our conversation outside of the group conversation, I was like, I felt like I was talking to myself at that moment, because I had given you one month, and you was like, no, ma'am, you doing it before then. Like by that month, your book is gonna be completely
I
done.
gave you a deadline. Yep.
You did. You did. I gave you a deadline and you pushed my deadline back and gave me a deadline.
Yep, I sure did.
So that's what you want. You want somebody that's going to give you those deadlines, that's going to like, and you want somebody that sees the potential in you as well, because
Yeah.
I was giving myself like a long period of time.
Yes.
You remember? And
Yes.
after the
August,
conversation,
like August.
it was August. It was
you,
August.
I think I gave you till May 31st. No, ma'am. No.
It was August. And within, I think, that month, I was like done. I was like, here you go. You was like, you see? So I'm grateful that you saw what I didn't see at the moment. I knew I was practically done, but I was stuck, and I felt like, if I give myself enough time, too much time. But then you came back and you was like, no, ma'am, you got to get this done. No, you're not waiting until
You
August.
didn't need that much time. Now,
Right.
if it was a different type of book, and you kind of, sometimes people are dealing with like emotional traumas and things like that, then I might would have given you till August. But what you were doing, yours is a devotional. You sit down and do that.
Yeah. Well, I thank you. I thank you for that. So I have some fun tips. I'm just asking you some quick fun tips just so they can learn a little bit about you before we get off.
Okay.
So fun tips question. Toilet paper, over or under?
Under.
You said that. Yes, and you said that like ill.
Over. Y'all weirdos. Whoever like, but that's weird.
Shower or bath?
Shower.
Okay. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. Listen, everybody, I appreciate all of you for joining in. Dr. Synovia is going to share how you can contact her. But this is the Books and Birthing with myself, Jabrina Speaks. And tonight I have guest Dr. Synovia right out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's in Atlanta, you guys. And listen, if you guys are not following her, follow her. She'll tell you all how you can follow her. Because if you want to live vicariously through somebody, she's the one to live through. She's the one to live through. And when you see her pictures, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. Right now, you're probably saying, what are you talking about? But I promise you, I live through her pictures, honey, through her whole family. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So Dr. Synovia, tell them, how can they reach you? How can they get in contact with this, your new title, The Midwife in the Birthing Room for Books? How can they get in contact with you?
Okay, you guys can get in contact with me. My website is A to Z bookspublishing.net. So that's the letter A, the number 2, the letter Z, books with the S, publishing.net. My email address is S like Sam, Dover Harris, D like dog, O, V like Victor, ER, Harris, HARRIS @gmail. And y'all can, I don't think I can get any more followers on Facebook. So Instagram, well, you can follow me on Facebook, Synovia Dover Harris, but Instagram is where I do the majority of my, communicating and stuff like that. So Dr. Synovia on Instagram.
Okay, Dr. Synovia, do you have, because I know you have classes that you offer, do you have any upcoming classes, any upcoming specials that you'll be offering for the people to hear about?
So my next masterclass isn't going to be until May.
What?
Because a big launch next month. Well, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm launching the Dr. Synovia's journal collection. So that's taken up like all of my time. So I don't really have time to do a masterclass the next 2 months. And I have like photo shoots, things like that. So May, I'll be doing my next masterclass. In June, I will be doing my boot camp. And in July, I will be doing my 3-day books in bed writing retreat, which is awesome as well, because over the 3 days, you write your book. So I have something coming in May, I have something coming in June, and I have something coming in July.
And those are virtual? They can get on from anywhere?
Virtual, yes. Everything is virtual.
Okay. So make sure you follow Dr. Synovia on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
And so she really posts a lot of the book stuff on Instagram. So make
Yes.
sure you follow her on Instagram before you try to follow her real life story on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that. Thank you, Dr. Synovia, for taking the time out to share with the audience on this segment of books and birthing. We have one more week, guys. We have one more week. Dr. Synovia was my day 8. She was like, "What, number 8?" No, but you know what? You know, eight is really good. 8 is new beginning. So
Yes,
yeah, okay,
it
there
is.
we have it. So you were number 8.
It is.
Next week will be the last week that I do this. This season 1, in a sense, will be over. I'll come back in a few months and pick up on season 2. But yeah, next week Tuesday, at exactly 7:30 p.m., we will be back with another Books and Birthing with myself, Jabrina Speaks, and friends. But tonight, my friend, my girl, all the way from Atlanta, my midwife in the birthing room for me to get the 31 days of redone is none other than herself, Dr. Synovia. And I appreciate you so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining in with us on tonight. Again, follow her on Instagram for all of her things that she has going on. She has some amazing classes. Make sure you get in if you are interested in birthing your book. Good night, everybody. Mwah.
Thank you. Bye.